'Twas the nizzle before the Christmizzle, and all through the hizzle.
No, keep going.
I don't know it!
Damn it. Damn, okay, well, it's fine. Alright, welcome back to the podcast, everybody. I'm Emma.
I'm Spook.
I'm Jess.
And it's Christmas time! And,
It is.
I would like to say, because the Halloween episode I took over, I'm letting these two talk about whatever they want, because don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
You're my
Jesus Christ.
We're sorry for your ears, listeners.
Don't worry, that's what my audio compression is for. It will literally level it out, so her scream will be at the same level as my voice right now.
No!
I always do it. I always do it when I edit.
It's just same level, but it's just cutting out occasionally.
Yeah. Anyways, what I was gonna say was, while I absolutely love Christmas, and it is like pretty much at the same level as Halloween for me, I feel like these two probably love it even more than I do. So
The only holiday I care about.
Yeah. See, I mean, I love Christmas. I'm currently staring at my pile of Christmas presents in front of me that I still need to take upstairs and put under the tree.
I just finished wrapping my
I have
presents
to
today.
wrap.
I cleaned my room and I finally wrapped my presents.
Because you're single.
I got my Christmas tree. Yeah, I just got one present.
Share along all of them.
It's a single chocolate bar. Merry Christmas.
Re-gift as you will.
It's not even for my family. You guys get to share one chocolate bar between the two of you.
Oh,
It's one.
Awesome.
It's one of the. It's one of like the tiny chocolate bars, like one of the little snack
A
size
Twix.
ones.
It's a Twix.
Merry Christmas. Have fun figuring this out.
Okay, so just before we started recording this, I remembered the best story, best Christmas story, obviously, and I really want to share it. Can I share it?
Of course.
Share it.
Yeah.
No, I want to go first.
I know. I just want to say I have some questions after you're finished
Okay.
that are related to Christmas.
Write down your
I thought of
questions,
it.
Jess, so you don't forget.
Oh.
Write them down on your phone. I know you'll forget them. Write them down.
Okay, Mom.
Okay, Mom.
Listen, I'm trying to help you out here.
Down.
Okay, so this was probably like when I was in grade 7, maybe. I don't know what year that was. How old are you in grade 7?
Like
12,
13?
13? Like, it was
12 and
2014?
13. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like
13.
2014. Okay, yeah, Christmas, we'll say Christmas of 2014, around that time. It was a really, really cold winter. Like, by Christmas, it was already, like, hitting -40, and it usually doesn't hit -40 until, like, January.
Mhm.
Snowstorm?
Yeah, you know.
Oh, I remember that year.
And we'd had a bunch of snowstorms, like, leading up to Christmas and all that stuff. And so, it was Christmas night, and, it was probably, like, 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. And I'm laying in bed still awake because I'm trying to fall asleep because it takes me ages to fall asleep. But I'm laying there and then suddenly I hear this giant boom that sounded like it came from my roof. And I sat there, like, I stopped and went, Santa? Is that you? I was like, the heck was that?
Santa had a little mishap.
I thought, and then I was like,
Rough
okay,
landing.
whatever. Yeah, I was like, okay, whatever. So I went to sleep. Woke up the next day, came downstairs and all that stuff, and my sister was like, hey, what was that really loud noise last night? And I was like, yeah, I heard it too. Like, what was that? My dad's like, I didn't hear anything. Like, there's no loud boom last night. Like, and my dad's a very light sleeper as well, right? Like, he's worked shift work, so he's like developed into a very light sleeper. Man hears everything. And he was like, yeah, no, I didn't hear anything. Like, there was nothing. Like, you guys are clearly just trying to, like, joke on me and whatnot. And both my sister and I were like, no, like, there was a loud boom last night.
This sounds like
And
a
it
Polar
wasn't
Express
until-
kind of thing.
Literally.
Like,
But it wasn't until yeah, maybe I did go on the Polar Express or something and I just don't remember it. But no, it wasn't until my neighbor came over and he was like, hey, did you guys hear that big boom last night? My dad was like, what are you guys all talking about? Like, there was nothing. He looked it up though, and what it was a frost quake, which is pretty much like the ground gets so cold
remember that.
it just like shakes pretty much. And we had a
just-
frost quake,
Holy
and
shit.
it sounded like Santa.
I I'm just picturing only the people who believe in Santa hears it. Boom! Did you
There's-
hear that? Santa!
There's a little note.
Yeah!
There's a little note on the Frostquake Wikipedia that says you have to believe in Santa in order to hear this.
Shun the non-believers.
I'm just picturing you and your sister like talking about this. Santa's in the corner eating a cookie, like, yeah, I heard it too. Who the fuck are you? Santa!
You get in here. That's the beginning of some sort of like horror film. Yeah, you're like, oh, Santa's here, and then you look over and Santa's right there.
Santa has like these dark bags under his eyes. He hasn't slept in months.
He's just
If
looming
I'm
in the
here
background.
and you're here, then what was that noise?
Santa looming in the background.
Good point. Wait a minute.
And then I would like to finish the story off by saying that was my fun event in 2014, we'll say. My fun event in like 2018 or something was a raccoon in my attic. But that's a story for another day.
He just needed a warm place for Christmas for his family.
You've told that. Have you told that story already?
Did I? Oh, I think we told it in the sleep episode, didn't I?
You know, the
Because
first
No, the
time
sleep
we-
one was mice. You've had a few things in
Was
your
it?
attic.
Oh my god.
You've
The
had a
mice
few
are
things.
still up there, bro.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas.
be like
Have
that.
some rodents in your attic.
it do be like that.
I don't know.
But that reminded me as you were telling me that when I was in kindergarten, I was at it was one of the old houses I lived in. It was an older house, but we had just gotten home it was at Christmas Eve. We had just gotten home from church because when I was younger, my dad always made me go to the Christmas Eve services. Like my family always had to go. When I turned I think about 17, 18, I finally got myself out of going to them. But anyways, we had just gotten back. It was kind of late. So, we did the usual thing, putting out the cookies for Santa, the milk, we got some carrots for the reindeer because obviously you got to get carrots for the reindeer. And then my dad, to try and get me to go to bed, because I was super excited and couldn't sleep, looks out the window and he points at this thing in the sky. And it's this red glowing dot. And he says to me, he's like, Emma, look, Santa, he's almost here. You gotta get to bed. If you don't go to sleep, he's gonna skip the house. And me being like, what? Sprints up the stairs. I saw the red light, didn't think twice, sprinted up the stairs, changed into my pajamas so fast, and just jumped into bed, threw my blanket over me, and pretended like I was asleep. And then I was thinking about this the other day, thinking back, and I'm like, that was the fucking cell tower. Yeah. It was a fucking he pointed at a fucking red dot in a cell tower. I'm like, and the thing is, like, how did because, like, I completely forgot it had ever happened, and I thought about it the other day, and I'm like, he fucking got me. Like, that was fucking smart. He fucking got me.
That was, like, when I was it was probably kindergarten as well. Kindergarten, grade 1. Because I was living in my old house at the time, but I was over at my friend's house. And we were just doing whatever in her room. And then I remember, it's a very fuzzy memory, but I remember, like, her freaking out and then us going downstairs and being like, Mom, Dad, like, we saw Rudolph, like, there was a red light. And my parents were like, bruh, it's 6 o'clock, like, Santa's not here yet. We're like, no, it's all
I thought you were gonna
just
say it was 6
Christmas
in the
lights.
morning.
No, 6 p.m.
It's 6 in the morning. Go back to bed.
Oh, the one time I woke up, again when I was younger, but one time I woke up at like 4 a.m. on Christmas morning. And like we have a rule in my house, like you can't wake anyone up for like 7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we have that
Now
rule too.
my parents have to wake me up, but whatever. But yeah, I woke up at like 4 o'clock and I could not fall back asleep because I was so excited. So I just sat there in my bed watching TV until my parents woke up.
What you doing there, Spook? Don't ask questions.
I'm watching Johnny Test, Mom. I remember there was a marathon on today. And then I woke up and I'm like, well, now what do I do? And I'm like, oh, Johnny Test is on.
Shut up, Mom. It's the Johnny Test Christmas Marathon.
Johnny Test got me through that morning.
No, we have the same rule at our house, though. It was you can't wake anybody up until at least 7, I think, and eventually we moved it up to 9 as we all kind of started getting a little bit older. And I'm still, because I have 3 younger siblings, they still wake me up. I have no idea how it's gonna go this year because my sister, she usually wakes up earlier, but my brothers tend to sleep in like I do, so it'll depend. Like, I have no idea when they're gonna wake me up, but we'll see.
I work I work until midnight on Christmas Eve.
Gross.
And oh, I know, but
Santa?
don't worry. I already sent a letter to Santa. He knows to come a bit later for me.
Good,
But
good.
anyways, I work till midnight on Christmas Eve this year, and normally after work, like I cannot sleep at all, and then I usually sleep until like 11 a.m., like 12 p.m. kind of thing, the next morning. So I told my parents, I'm like, listen, guys, when you wake up, wake me up, because I ain't waking up for Christmas morning. Like, I'm gonna be dead tired.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
will
I'm
say
still-
that
You
I
go,
have a
Jess.
thing to mention. I was thinking about this today. So I got high like 2 weekends. Was it 2 weekends ago?
No,
Yeah, I
it
think
was like
2
no, it
weekends
was
ago.
like a weekend ago. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it was like a weekend ago or something like that. But I was like, what if I go to Christmas high?
Oh, please don't.
Yeah, it's probably
Family,
not a good
if you
idea.
hear this, I am not high at the moment. I am totally sober at Christmas. 100% sober. Don't ask questions.
What I was going to say, going back to me working though, I still get very excited with the like for Christmas morning because it's literally my favorite time
Mm-hmm.
like ever.
Of course.
You wake up and we do like our stockings and then we have pancakes. It's the best feeling. Anyway, so I still get really excited about that. And I can never sleep on Christmas Eve. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna sleep on Christmas Eve this year.
I find it funny that you're like, I get pancakes and everything. My parents put alcohol in their coffee. And they say, good, this is time to unwrap presents. And my
Perfect time.
dad, literally today, he just spent $108 on alcohol. He
That
said,
sounds like my
and
dad.
He's
he
ready.
looked at me today when I got home, and he's like, he looked me in the eye and said, and I quote, I don't want to be sober for Christmas.
Oh no.
Wow.
I look and I'm like, if I can join you, then yeah, fuck yeah, let's not be sober for Christmas.
You're old enough, Jess.
Yeah.
He bought Chardonnay for Christmas Day to bring over to my aunt's.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't think I know what that is. Some sort of alcohol, I'm assuming.
That's fancy.
I'm
fancy
not
stuff.
well versed in
Hold on,
alcohol.
let me just
It's
get
the
you
fancy
section out
people
for you.
drinks.
The fancy people drink.
That's
Yeah.
all you need to know.
Chardonnay.
But
That's not.
It's
That
French,
is spelled
so-
so weird.
I think it's so funny though that it's like Spook's like, yeah, we have pancakes, and then I'm like, yeah, my dad would always make us like what we called like his special scrambled eggs. It was basically just scrambled eggs, but he just mixed some stuff into them. And then there's Jesse's like, yeah, we're gonna drink.
Yeah.
Christmas
Hey
morning.
man, each family has their own traditions.
Yep.
So I just said in the general chat how I spelt Chardonnay and how it's actually spelled.
Yeah, how
Chardane.
it's actually spelled. Mix.
Chardane. Wow, I love Chardane.
Chardonnay is a green-skinned grape variety used in the production of white wine. The variety originated in the Burgundy wine region of eastern France, but is now grown wherever wine is produced from England to New Zealand. That doesn't help me. What is it? Wine?
It's wine, yes.
It
Yeah,
tastes
it's
very
wine.
good. It does not taste like wine. It's like very fancy
Like
wine.
I said, it's the fancy people drink.
I love
Fancy
it.
people drink.
It's quite
Yeah.
tasty.
Anyways, Jess, what was you said you had questions.
Oh yes,
I
your
did
questions.
have questions. I only wrote down 2 because I forgot the others, and I'm
This
totally
is why
gonna
I told you to.
remember others.
This is why I told you to write them down. Come on.
They were very
It's
It's your damn questions.
ask them.
they're very easy questions, and I
Ask
thought it
the
was gonna be
goddamn
fun to
question.
ask. What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Santa Claus.
And like, oh,
No hesitation. The Santa Claus. Well, the whole trilogy. I love all 3 of them. And what was the end of that question though?
I watched it last year.
What was the
For
end?
the
Wait,
first
what was the end of your question? Because I kind of cut you off there. I
I
got
was
too
gonna
excited.
say bonus points, like why or like is it a tradition or something to do it?
Oh, well, for me, it was my dad showed me the Santa Claus when I was really, really young, like probably like 4 or 5, and I watched it once and went, yeah, this is great, because the idea of your dad becoming Santa Claus sounds so fucking cool to me. And it's like, now looking back on it, it's like, yeah, he kind of did murder Santa Claus and then steal his job, but I still love the movie anyways.
You watching the movie slowly turns to your father. Father, will you become Santa Claus? Should I trust you?
But like, I absolutely loved that movie, and I loved the sequel as well. And then when the third one came out in like, what was it, like 2006, 2000? It was between 2006 2008. I don't remember when. But when it came out, my dad took me to theaters to go see it because he knew how much I loved the first one, like the first two. And yeah, every year I just end up watching them. I just love them. I'm not a big fan of Tim Allen. I'll say that. I don't really like Tim Allen. I just like the Santa Claus.
Timothy Allen.
Okay, I was thinking about this while I was talking because I'm like, I don't know what my favorite Christmas movie is, and I was going to say that it's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like the little stop motion one from like the 60s, because I would watch that.
Elf practice.
Why weren't you at elf practice? Yes, for that scene, but no, because I used to watch it like every single year. Like when it came on, it was like YTV or something like that. When it came on TV, I would always watch it. But then yeah, last Christmas I watched Klaus, that was on Netflix. I guess it's still on Netflix. It was such a good movie. I honestly think that might be my favorite movie. I watched it on my way home from my uncle's house. I was like, this is a really cute movie.
I have two weird stories that Emma, like, I thought about when Emma told her favorite movie. So I was only scared of two Christmas like characters, and it was.
Oh, so you're gonna say you were scared of two Christmas movies? I was gonna say, what happened?
I was scared of these Christmas movies, and here's why. No,
It was the Grinch, wasn't it?
The Grinch.
The Grinch is always one of them.
No, they showed that movie to me so young. I was like 5 years old. I'm sitting between my parents, and the Grinch shows that up, and I'm like, no!
Bro, I loved the Grinch when I was 5.
Not the Grinch.
I
used to watch the How the Grinch Stole Christmas on VHS.
Yeah.
The only VHS TV was in my room. And I used to pop that sucker in every single Christmas and rewind it.
Jess, what was the other character, though? I'm curious. I already knew about the Grinch, but what was the other one?
It's from the Santa Claus. I think it was the third one. I think it was... Is it Jack Frost?
Yeah, Jack Frost, yeah. Martin
thought
Short's
it was
character. I loved him.
I thought it was a fever dream because I, like, remember it.
No, it actually was Jack Frost, yeah. He
And then I watched it last year, and I'm like... That motherfucker.
Yeah, spoiler alert
There
for anyone who
he
hasn't seen the third movie. Basically, Jack Frost is the villain, and he gets a hold of one of his most special snow globe and makes a wish so that he gets to take over Santa's job because he's basically jealous of Santa. And him as Santa Claus was kind of terrifying, but also at the same time, I absolutely loved it. So
he froze Santa's whole family.
Oh yeah, and then another really big spoiler alert: they save them by Lucy, who's Santa's niece. She apparently has the warmest hugs, and she literally saves them by hugging them. It's really cute.
I'm pretty sure the only reason I was terrified of him because he fucking put them he like froze the family, and I'm like,
I think the hair doesn't help either.
Yeah, the hair doesn't help either.
The hair and the frozen eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a fever dream. I literally didn't know where I saw this character. I thought it was like a dream. I thought it was a dream until I watched the trilogy last year while we were putting up Christmas decorations.
I love looking at the different interpretations of like Christmas characters, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
From different movies, because you have Jack Frost from the Santa Claus, and then you have Jack Frost from Rise of the Guardians. Like,
yeah, two very different Jack Frosts, but I love them both. I think they're both great characters, though.
There's also Jack Frost, the snowman.
Also, speaking.
Yeah, we don't talk about that one.
Wait, what Jack Frost is? What?
The guy who dies and becomes a snowman. We don't talk about that movie. That was a weird movie.
I am missing something.
I'll show it to you later. I'll show it to you later. It's really fucking weird.
We watch it every year for some
I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say?
Well, while you're thinking of what you want to say.
Oh, Rise of the Guardians. No. Okay, I remember what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Going back to Rise of the Guardians. Okay, so when I was little, and still today, I always pictured Santa as Russian. because it was the North Pole. Okay, for two reasons. North Pole, I always thought of Russia for whatever reason, even though, I live in Canada, and, like, the North Pole's technically in Canada. So it was like, yeah, North Pole equals Russia. And another thing is I know I track Santa, right? Every year, and I used to go on it all the time. And he
I
would
still
always
do.
start in Russia. So I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, Santa leaves from the North Pole and he's in Russia, therefore he's Russian. And Rise of the Guardians came out and Santa Claus was Russian. I'm like, see, I knew it.
You're
I
like,
knew Santa Claus was
I
Russian.
fucking told you.
I have a fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
I first saw not Guardians of the Galaxy.
Rise of the
Oh,
Guardians.
no.
Rise of the Guardians. Where did I get Guardians of the Galaxy from? That's not even the
The
same
Guardians.
Guardians.
It's
thing.
the Guardians.
Yeah, did I
Yes,
say
the
Guardians of the
Guardian-
Galaxy?
No,
That's gonna be awkward if you edit this and it's like, yeah, I've just been talking about Star Lord.
we're actually just
Just
talking
Editor
about
Emma.
Groot.
Editor Emma just paused and it's just like, yeah, this is what they meant.
But,
Yes, I meant Rise of the Guardians.
I watched it on a cruise ship.
Oh.
Like the first ever time I watched it,
It's
I
not
was
in
on a
theaters.
cruise ship. It had a fucking giant theater, and like I guess they had the rights to like show movies, like for the first time in the movie theater, and they showed the movie, and it was such a cool experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a huge, like it's literally a huge theater. Like the screen is way bigger than the theaters that you see here. And it's like, holy shit.
Interesting. I've never been on a
was so
cruise,
cool.
so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, same.
So I just had this thought though, just going back to like our
Congrats.
favorite Christmas movies. Yeah, I know, right? It's rare. But there was one. This is like such an obscure thing. But when I was a kid, the other Christmas movie I loved, and honestly, I probably would still watch it to this day, just for the nostalgia. There was a movie that came out in 1999 called Barney's Night Before Christmas. And it's
Oh,
straight up
Barney.
Barney and like the kids in the show, whatever, literally go to the North Pole and they help Santa save Christmas. And I absolutely loved
Oh,
that. It was
VHS
it was
as well.
yeah, I had it on I literally had it on VHS. It's only like an hour long, and every
And
time
they sang the 12 Days of Christmas as
yes,
well.
yes, and then every single year I'd always like after the Santa Claus I would say like,
Yeah, shut up.
Jess, stop it.
Round and round.
So every year I'd always want to watch it, but I never actually knew what it was called, like, cause I'd always just call it the Barney Christmas movie. So I literally just had to go and look it up because I didn't actually know what it was called. But like, I absolutely loved this movie so
Bro,
much.
it's only an hour long.
Yeah, it's literally
I'm
only an
gonna watch it
hour.
now.
Yeah, right. But
That's
like that was
like,
that was one of that and the Santa Claus. I watched those both on VHS.
You know what? I probably still have it on VHS. We still have all our VHSs.
Oh yeah, we do too. They're somewhere. They're somewhere stored away.
I got a VHS TV as well. There's another movie that holds a special place in my heart, and it's the Tom and Jerry one. What? It's the Nutcracker one. What is? Let me look it up. It's like Tom and Jerry Christmas movie.
Oh, that was another thing. There
What
was
was it?
1990s version of the Nutcracker that I loved.
Dear.
Mm.
Hang on. This was it this one? Home for Christmas? No, it was a. Oh no. All I remember was that is Jerry the mouse?
Yes.
Jerry's the mouse. Yeah, so all I remember was that Jerry dressed up as a nutcracker. And I also remember he got stuck in the water as well. But I used to watch it. Is this it? Oh yeah, it's Tom and Jerry Nutcracker Tale. It came in 2007. And it used to always come on to TV, and I loved that little movie. It's great. It's only 48 minutes.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, it was.
I remember it. It seems very familiar.
I had very
From what I
specific. I
remember-
had very specific Christmas movies I like to watch every year.
I had another question.
Yes.
What is your least favorite Christmas song?
Christmas song?
Good luck.
Either the All I Want for Christmas is My Two Front Teeth,
Mm.
or I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas.
I thought you were gonna say Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas."
No.
That would be blasphemy.
I would be kicked from this recording instantly if I said that. Yeah,
Honestly,
my least
I
favorite
have to
Christmas
agree.
song is Mariah Carey. Just gunshots.
Just gunshot. You leave the VC. You just leave the VC. Just me and Jess. All right, so it's just us now.
She's on the roof. What do you mean?
Emma, edit that in. Edit me when I say that. Just do the gunshot.
So no, I agree with those two. The hippopotamus and two front teeth. I also don't like. I don't really like. I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus. I don't really like that one either.
I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus.
What was that word you just said?
Murdering Santa
That did
Claus.
not sound like kissing. It sounded like you just said chrissing.
She was christening Santa Claus. She's shoving his head in the bathtub, drowning him, praying over him. Oh,
You know, okay, but you know what's
no!
Christmas? You know what Christmas songs I really love though?
What?
Run Rudolph Run and Carol of the
Yes.
Bells. Fucking love those two. So good.
I love a lot of the like the ones that were recorded in the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite, I always get his name wrong, which is a shame. So let me look it up. Give me a second. Where's my playlist? There it is. My favorite Christmas song of all time is a Christmas song by Nat King Cole.
That one's good.
Best one.
You mess up Nat King Cole.
Yeah.
I'm not that
'Cause I always
surprised.
want to say Nat Cole King. Listen, man, I messed up Martin Luther King Jr. as well.
No!
King Martin Luther.
No, because I either say Martin Luther King or just say Martin Luther. And I'm like, that's a completely other person.
Yeah, Martin Luther's a completely different person.
Yes.
Both very,
no,
very
Martin
both
Luther.
very big historical figures to very different
Yeah.
people.
But yes, the Christmas song by Nat King Cole is my favorite Christmas song. Also, Christmas Eve or Sarah Joe.
Sorry.
Sarah. How do you pronounce that?
I don't know.
Sarah. Anyways, it's Christmas Eve, by Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
What about you, Jess?
I love the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
I do-
Yeah, Jess, you didn't tell us your least favorite song.
Yeah, what's your least favorite?
I'm looking at my playlist. I don't really have a least favorite, but I'm gonna have to say Sleigh Ride by Ella Fitzgerald.
I mean, I was gonna say, if you don't like it, why would it be on your playlist?
Well, I can deal with it. I just don't, it just...
Oh, wait, I know what Jess's favorite Christmas song is.
Oh
What?
god, what is it?
Hot Chocolate from the Polar Express.
True.
Literally, as I said that, I'm looking at Jess's icon, like on
Her
Discord,
profile picture.
and it's literally
Please, Emma, please flash it. Please flash the icon on screen.
Okay.
Just show them the icon.
because here, I'll explain it for the audio listeners. But it's okay. So it's the scene from the Polar Express when the conductor. I'll just call him Tom Hanks. When Tom Hanks is singing.
You're all Tom Hanks.
Oh, you're right.
Tom Hanks. Which
Oh
no. Okay, so he
conductor.
has.
It's
has the
yeah,
thing
it's
that's
the
like-
conductor who's singing, and he has that little mic thing in front of his face, and he's singing. He's like looking up and singing. Only his eyes are red.
And they're glowing.
Glowing red. Glowing,
Glowing red.
Another song I have to say is one of my favorites right now is Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. I had a stage a few weeks ago that it was the only song I was able to listen to, and we don't know why. I don't know why. How
That's
did
hilarious.
an iconic
I don't know,
thing-
but you would torture me with it as well.
I would.
Because
But,
we'd be talking, and then you'd start singing it. I'm like, oh my gosh, Jess, shut up.
An iconic thing with Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, for the listeners, my grandma was the one who showed us the short film.
I honestly thought you were gonna say your grandma got run over by a reindeer.
My grandpa was the
And
one
my
that got run
grandma
over.
My grandma was the one that inspired the music and the in the movie. So
Really?
thank you.
Wow. Iconic.
I mean, yes. Have you
Grandma's
seen
revolutionary.
the shit that woman has got? Emma, you've seen my grandma.
Yeah.
She's an icon. She honestly, she could tell you that she got ran over by a reindeer, and you would believe her.
Yeah. I can see that.
Man, she's been through some holy crap.
We need to just make it an episode dedicated to your grandma, Jess.
Just your grandma comes on and just tells us her life story.
God.
Okay, so one thing I want to talk about, this is going to be a little bit of a complaint, but
Oh no,
One
you're
thing-
complaining on Christmas?
yeah, I am.
In my good Christmas society?
Yeah, I am.
On
So,
our
what
podcast?
I want to complain about just a little bit is that Whamageddon is so hard to compete in when you work in retail. Literally,
Griffin just recently got out a few days ago.
like
For
I
people who
literally
don't know what Whamageddon is, because I forgot about it, it's pretty much for it's for the month of December. You can't listen to Last Christmas by Wham.
you can
Until
listen,
1
so you
a.m.
can
on the
hear
25th.
covers of it, so like you can hear anyone else play it or like sing it, but if you hear Wham, like if you hear Wham's version of it, then you're out.
Can I explain
when-
how I got out?
But hang on, I just want to say,
yeah. Go
so
ahead.
Jess pulled us all into a group chat to do this, and it was like beginning of December. I had already heard the song in November because of my job, and I hear it almost every shift. So
Yeah.
I literally had to leave almost immediately because I'm like, there's no point in me being here.
I like the song too much to participate. I'm not gonna not listen to it.
I don't love the song, but I don't hate it either. It's kind of just a
So-
neutral song. I used to love it when I was a kid, though.
The way I got out, I don't know if I should have counted it or not.
No, I think you
Um,
should. It was
but-
funny.
I don't know this.
I heard it in my dreams. And I woke up and I went to the Discord and I said, I have to leave now. I heard it in my dreams. And in 07 I left the group.
I hope they're doing well.
Yes.
Be still in it.
Oh
Be
my gosh.
still in it.
Wait.
She's doing her fucking best to not listen to it.
But yeah, it's really hard to not hear that song when you work in retail because that song gets played all the time. Literally
removed
every
it.
time I work, I hear it at least twice.
I removed it from my playlist for B when we were vibing in a VC a few days ago,
You should have left
just
it.
so she would be no. That's not nice.
It'd be funny. You know, Griffin
watch
was
it.
saying that like he was gonna he thought about gathering people into a VC
did,
and then
yeah.
just pulling in the bot and playing the song and keeping himself
and then
deafened.
leaving.
The
Yeah.
amount of chaos that would come out of that.
Everyone just fuck. Oh, that'd be so
God,
funny.
I want to do that now.
Pull over to VC, play the song, and leave.
We need to
Okay,
get
I
Griffin
have-
on this podcast.
I agree.
I agree too. We definitely
I
need to get
think
him on here.
Griffin would be a really fun guest.
He would be fun
I
to
think
have on
so.
here.
I have another good question that I just thought of when I was looking at the songs.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we all love Christmas movies, as it obviously,
Of course.
and we love music.
Yeah.
What Christmas movie has your favorite Christmas
Christmas sound?
soundtrack? I
Oh,
literally
Polar
saw that.
Express.
The Santa Claus 2. Literally, there are so many songs that play at work,
No,
and
wait,
every
can
so
I change
often
my answer?
every so often I hear them,
You can
and I
have
think of the Santa
multiple
Claus 2.
answers.
Yeah.
Okay, my serious answer is the Polar Express.
Of course.
My funny answer is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay, but true though.
Spidey bells, Spidey bells.
But
I
no,
have
but
a
like,
few
They
answers.
made a Christmas album. There's 5 songs. That's just from Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse.
they were great, and they were all great.
I have a few answers. Hold on, let me back to them. One of them is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the animated one, like stop motion.
Yes, that has the classics. Yeah,
Polar
sorry.
Express, duh. The Polar
Yeah.
Express has some bangers. Home Alone. I
Yeah, I agree.
love the Home Alone's like main theme.
We were literally just talking about this the other day. Because the
Mm-hmm.
composer for Home Alone is the same. I can't remember his name now, but he's the same guy who did like Harry Potter, Star Wars, Indiana
John Williams?
Jones. Yes, thank you.
I said I
So,
would
like,
give
Man
him
does everything.
Literally, no, but like he's like one of the best composers. Like if you have him as a composer for your movie's gonna be successful.
Oh yeah.
Another one I really like, even though like it kind of like the whole movie is just the whole soundtrack, but the animated Grinch, you could literally just listen to it and you got the movie right there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. It gives me nostalgia, make happy.
So, what I want to say for the reason the Santa Claus 2 has my favorite Christmas soundtrack is because, one, the songs in it honestly just fucking slap. Like, there's just a lot of really good songs. Like I said, Run, Rudolph, Run is in it. It's during the scene when they're at the high school for the staff Christmas party and whatever. Love that song. But also, there's some really good songs at the end, and they also have songs from probably one of my favorite Christmas albums that nobody ever seems to remember, but it is Hilary Duff's Santa Claus Lane. It's like early 2000s. I was obsessed with that album when I was a kid. I love it so much. I fucking love that album.
Surprised.
And it's literally I have a Spotify playlist that's all Christmas music, and it's literally called Santa Claus Lane because of that album. Because I remember thinking about it, being like, wow, I wonder whatever happened to that, because I had the CD at one point. But like,
Guys,
it was just so good.
my least favorite Christmas song. I now remember. It's from the Polar Express, the elves singing at like.
Earl. Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I do not like it at all. Guys.
The thing with the Polar Express is that now whenever I hear Silver Bells, it's Silver Bells, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever it gets to the ring-a-ling part, I always just go ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling. And I hear nothing except that.
You know, every time I hear the song Santa Claus is Coming to Town, I always think of that one Vine where the guy, where it's just like, you better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out.
That song. Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I hated that song when I was little. I was actually scared of that song. Because it pretty much... Is it that song?
Yeah, it's the one where it's like Santa sounds like he's stalking you.
Yes, that's why I didn't like it, because I was scared. Like, I'm like, dude's just watching me. Like, that's creepy. I didn't like it. I have social anxiety.
Okay. We technically, from the time we're a child to when we're an adult, we have allowed Santa to sneak into our home and leave presents.
Santa snuck into my room and left presents underneath the little Christmas tree that I have.
Santa snuck into my room and wrote in my notebook.
No, what?
I had when I was a kid, so I love having notebooks around. I like writing in notebooks, but when I was a kid, I had one that I had left on my dresser. It wasn't like anything personal in it. It was just, I like to draw sometimes in it, or I'd write little things. But I left it on my dresser, and I know, a part of me knew it was my dad because it looked like his handwriting, but he basically just wrote a little note in it that was just like, yeah, Merry Christmas from Santa, and I was just like, wow, Santa! Why does Santa's writing look like my dad's?
Oh no.
Nah, it's Santa.
Okay, sorry, I said oh no before you guys did like the whole thing there, but there's a Chrome link on my desktop and I didn't know what it was. And I took the risk and I opened it. It goes to POV. You're just when it hits November 1st.
You'll have a link to your Christmas playlist.
It goes to the Google Chrome, and I don't know where it came from.
Clearly, you needed it.
It just showed up.
You know you listen to too much Christmas music when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's literally not into like, you know how like when you make something it goes to like in line with all the apps?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the middle of my fucking desktop. It's like it looks like someone placed it from somewhere else.
Oh my God.
I'm scared. Christmas now. Oh no.
That's what you did when you heard Wham in your dreams. You made a link to your playlist.
I removed Wham, made a link to my playlist so I can be in peace.
So I was just thinking about this. So at Christmas time, since I was the oldest and my sister wasn't born until about 4 years after I was born, for the first couple of years I was pretty spoiled. And my stocking really, I feel like, shows how spoiled I was, because all of my siblings and all of my family, even my parents, have like normal size stockings. Mine is fucking massive. And I've literally had it since I was a baby. I have never had a different one, and you can tell it's old. It has like a coffee stain on the back of it or whatever, but I'm like, I refuse to get rid of it because I love the stocking. but like it is so big compared to my siblings' stockings, and it's so funny
My
because
sister-
like my mom always fills them like to about the same amount for all of us, so it always looks a little more empty than everyone else's, even though it's the same amount. But I always just thought it was so funny because it's just like, that's why, like, because like we can't find any stockings that are the same size as mine, because my mom wanted to do that where she had ones the same size so that we all have big ones. But we literally can't find any more.
It's a reminder that you're the favorite.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a reminder I was first. I'm the special one.
I wish we had an age gap between me and Josh, because Josh is 2, so I never had he's 2 years younger, so I never had the experience of, you know, having Christmas without Josh. Like, I never had a memory without Josh.
I'm the youngest sibling.
Bullshit. First of all, fuck you, parents, for, you know, having a second child so close together. That's horrible planning on your behalf. 2, I say we put Josh up for adoption still. He might be 18, but I think they'll still allow it.
They might.
Just
Someone
own him
might
at this
take him.
point.
Someone might take him.
Yeah, I'm the second child, so I don't know what that's like.
Just wrap him up.
But
in
my
a-
sister and I have the same size.
Oh, we have the same size. We have...
Yeah. Now my
We
sister just doesn't
have-
have one because she got married.
Eh,
Doesn't spend Christmas with us anymore.
Ugh.
marriage.
Ugh.
I know, right?
Imagine not wanting to
Now
spend
she
Christmas
spends
with your family.
Christmas with her husband.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Ew, husband.
I know, right?
Ugh.
I get to see I can't say my niece's name on the podcast.
I thought you were gonna
But
say
I
I get to
get to
see
see-
my husband. I was like, who
I
are you
get to
married
see
to?
my husband!
Who are
What?
you? Jess, what were you married to?
I
Why didn't
wasn't
you tell me?
invited to a wedding.
I'm sorry, it happened overnight.
So
You know
sorry,
what?
we eloped.
So, speaking of weddings, I honestly feel like Jess would have a Christmas wedding.
Oh, definitely.
What? No.
Jess would get
yeah.
married on Christmas, and I would
Yeah.
be 100% be there for it.
I would hate you
I
for it.
won't. No,
I
your
feel low,
family
but I'd
can
still be
come,
there.
it's okay. All your families can come.
We'll just all celebrate Christmas.
That-
She'll get married
Uh-huh.
in the background while we're all opening presents.
Uh-huh.
That way too, when she goes to kiss whoever she's married, she doesn't have to worry about everyone watching.
Yeah, because we're too busy opening
You're
presents.
perfect.
Perfect. It's the perfect plan. It's the perfect plan. But yeah, so it's
I'm gonna
just
jot this
funny.
idea down. Hold on.
Like, just back to like the whole stocking thing though. It's just funny because like everyone else in my family, all their stockings are the same size. Like they're all
They're
like
normal
normal,
sized.
literally just normal size. But mine is fucking massive, and my mom does not remember where she got it from, so she can't get more. Because it was 20 years ago she got it. So like, I guess I just get to have a
Okay.
massive stocking.
I just put in my notes on my phone. Get married on Christmas so people don't look as you kiss your spouse
Perfect.
with a smiley face. I
Wait,
will now
wait. Add a little note under it. Gift unwrapping event, so that you remember that's how no one's going to look
gift unwrapping event
during ceremony.
During the ceremony.
Perfect.
And you can all invite your families as long as they look pretty.
Sounds
They
good
have
to
to
me.
wear like the decently fancy. I don't really care.
Every single person has to
Semi-formal.
wear a Santa hat, though.
Semi-formal. You can wear whatever you want.
I'm gonna come dressed up as Santa Claus.
Wait,
No, I'm
Oh
gonna
my God, Santa!
I'm gonna dress up as a Grinch.
you know what? I'm gonna dress up as Bernard the head elf.
No.
Is that from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Is that his
No,
name?
no, it's from the Santa Claus.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna have the curly shoes and all.
Hermes from Rudolph.
Dress
No,
up as him and just
No.
Why weren't you
Wait,
on
no.
practice?"
I'm gonna dress up as Chet the reindeer. I'm gonna come busting into the wedding, slipping and sliding, bouncing off of shit, screaming.
You know
Just
what?
a
Fuck it.
fucking baby reindeer.
I want my. I'm gonna get married on Christmas. I want all of my best people to be dressed as different characters, and I want everyone to be dressed in like all the guests in like nice, like relaxed, like Christmas style pajamas.
Okay,
Amazing.
so there's going to be a very specific reference, but I know Jess and Emma will both get it. So, you know how like traditionally, like you go out with your bridesmaids and all that stuff, and you pick dresses and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Jess, we gotta go and do that, Only it's for picking a Grinch costume for me, but we gotta do it like they did in Unisonus. They just went behind. They bought like the crappiest Grinch outfits, went behind a screen, changed into it, and then walked out in this.
But then also too, when you're wearing it, you have to do it like in a Jim Carrey's movie where he's just like, "Ooh,
Yes.
I'm not going."
I'm not going.
You have to say that. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
If my future spouse is listening, this is non-negotiable. This will happen.
This will
I'm
happen or
saying-
we're getting a divorce before the wedding.
The divorce committee. There's gonna be a committee for the divorce.
A whole
Am I on the
council.
divorce committee?
Yeah, you guys can be on the divorce committee.
Oh, sick.
I'm saying this on December 22nd, 2001 at 11:18.
2001?
Did I say 2001?
When did we go back 20 years? You said 2001.
Oh, God, we're children
Oh
again!
god, I'm an
Try
infant!
it again.
It's okay, if
Try
I'm
it
an infant,
again.
I'm cute.
Try it again.
I did that before too, it's okay.
Okay, do it
Did you
again.
try it again?
The whole thing?
Yes.
Okay. It is December 22nd, 2021 at 11:18 p.m. This is me telling you in the future and myself in the future to make sure I do not forget this. We have to do these plans. If we do not, I will start crying.
She
It will
struggled
be your
to say
fault.
2021 because
I will kill you!
But she got through it. That's the important part. She got
Listen,
through
I
it.
literally said to
Through
my
the
dad.
of editing.
I said to my dad a few days ago, 2020, because I don't even know why. I've been struggling to say the year. I don't think I believe it's about to be 2022 yet.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
it
I'm
feels
still
weird.
processing clearly but the
Me
year
too,
we
bro.
were born.
Yeah.
2020.
You are still
2021,
stuck in
baby.
the beginning of the century.
How are you doing, Jess? I was born so long ago.
How you doing, Jess? Well, I was just born. Clearly, Jess is doing great.
No.
I just remembered I had to take my medication. Continue.
That's
This
an
is
issue for
not
later.
time to remember the medication, you motherfucker.
I know. I just.
That's an
anyway.
issue for later.
Yeah.
What other things do you want to mention?
Can I talk about?
This
Can I talk
Christmas-
about my love for gift giving
Yes.
and
Yeah,
how
no.
overboard I always go?
And I will talk about my love for receiving gifts.
Yes. So, like I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast that right in front of me is my giant pile of Christmas presents because so I'm sitting at my desk and there's a guest bed in front of my desk and I have all the presents currently sitting on the bed because that was where I was wrapping them. It is a comfy bed. But I have a bunch of like smaller presents, but one massive present specifically for my mom, which I can actually say what it is because this episode will be out after she's opened it. So
True.
I have all these presents here, but I was saying to my siblings that like I am spoiling the fuck out of my mom this year. I decided
Spoiling your
because
parents.
like I am spoiling my mom because you know like it's been a rough time and like she doesn't have anybody to get her like a present from Santa and like there's no one really to like fill her stockings for the past couple of years. I've been doing her stocking for her. So on Monday, I went out and I got stuff for like stockings. And I was also helping her with my siblings' stockings and stuff too. But I spent so much money on her, just getting her a bunch of stuff for her stocking. Plus, then my siblings and I split her big present from all of us. So we in
You
our
still haven't
kitchen.
told us what it is.
I'm just gonna say right now in our kitchen.
I know.
We have this
I'm dying.
giant ass garbage can. It is like an industrial, like construction site type of garbage can. And we use that specifically because then we're using less garbage bags, but it's so ugly and it just sits in our kitchen. My mom hates it and I hate it. So she was saying
I
she wants
hate
like
it
a
too.
nice
I'll
proper,
be
she
honest.
wants like a nice proper garbage can. So I literally went online, found one that's this nice one with like, it's a nice metal one. It's got like a little pedal so you can press that to open it. It's got two like container things on it so you can like have one size garbage, one's recycling. And then our plan is to just put the big one just either outside or in the garage. And then when the garbage can gets full, we just dump it in there. So we can still just have the one big garbage bag, but it's not sitting in the fucking kitchen. So
you know that
I
it's
discovered.
good
So
when it
I
has a
did.
pedal.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So I discovered this year the garbage cans are actually very expensive, and I had no idea. But it's okay.
So expensive.
They're like,
Expensive, a
bro,
garbage
they can get like between $100 to like $300 for a nice one. So we got it. We got that wrapped. It's all, and of course, when it got delivered to the house, it was in this huge box, and my siblings didn't know I'd ordered it. So everyone was arguing about who this giant box was for. As I'm literally sitting there like, you guys know what it is. Like, you know who this is for. But anyway, so I got that. And then my sister and I last week, I think it was Friday, we went out to sort of finish up with Christmas shopping. And I realized that, like, my mom's getting all these presents for us. She got us, the presents from Santa. And I was like, nobody's getting her a present from Santa. Like, she doesn't have a present from Santa. So I'm like, she's getting a present from Santa. So I went and I bought her a new pair of headphones because, like, nice ones too. Like, the ones that I've had before that I know are really good. But I got her a pair of those, and I got them because the headphones she currently has, they kind of work, but they are literally being held together by duct tape right now. And I'm not even, like, I'm not over-exaggerating. They are actually being held together by duct tape. Her headphones are so bad. So I bought her a new pair of headphones. They're these nice ones. Like I said, I've had these headphones before. The only reason I don't use them anymore is because I've got these, like, really expensive ones that I had to get for school. So I use these ones. But, so yeah, I got her those, and then just, like, a crap ton of stuff to fill her stocking, and, like, I spent probably the most money on my mom this year, and I'm okay with that. And I spoiled my siblings too, but, like, I love getting people presents. I have said before that I genuinely think gift giving and physical touch are probably two of my biggest love languages, because I love giving people gifts. I don't care if I don't get anything back. I just like giving gifts because I like seeing how excited people get. And then I just also really like hugs.
I am very thankful for my parents this year because I had exams up until it's Wednesday today. So then up until yesterday.
It's Wednesday, my dude.
I know. So I had exams up until yesterday, and then, like, had personal stuff as well, and, like, I just really did not have time to leave, like, to go and do Christmas shopping. So my parents essentially helped me buy everything for Christmas, and that's the only reason why I have like 98% of all my gifts already. It's because my parents helped me with it. And I'm extremely grateful for that because I don't think I would have been able to get presents this year.
I have a wonderful question.
Yes.
Emma said about her love language. Was it love language?
Yeah,
love language.
My love languages.
Yeah,
Yes.
a random question that can totally be added to the podcast. What do you guys think is my love language?
Hang on, I have to look. I have to look up what all of them are, but I know I can figure it out.
What did you say?
Shifting in Minecraft.
Shifting in Minecraft.
I mean, true.
Aggressively shifting at people. What the fuck are you doing, Jess? I'm showing my love. Oh, I don't know
what mine is. I feel like this is something we should do after the podcast.
Jess, yours is quality time.
Yeah.
You love being around people.
Mine?
Yours? I would say probably acts of service, because you like helping people.
I think acts of service or quality time for Spook. But, like,
well, the reason I say acts of service is just because there have been so many times when I've been struggling and you are just immediately there to help me.
No, I could see that. Yeah, I could definitely see.
I don't know. I think I said quality time, but quiet quality time, because, like, we sometimes just sit in a VC, listen to music, you know.
I just like having people beside me.
Yeah.
Knowing that they're there.
I have another thing I wanted to mention.
Okay.
That is very recent. Deborah, the styrofoam head.
What?
That's now.
Huh?
So, I went out to buy presents, and I only got something for my dad and myself at the time. This was during a kind of a windstorm, I guess you could call it. We went to the dollar store.
Oh, I know.
And I left with a styrofoam head.
Yeah,
I named
bought
it
one.
Deborah, and it's currently wearing a Christmas hat.
Oh my gosh.
I
love
colored
that.
its eyes black, and it's wearing a Christmas hat.
I'm
debating coloring her lips a nice red.
Yes, do it.
Yeah.
Just a nice crab, you know?
It's honestly,
Just a spice crab.
as soon as you said the styrofoam head, though, I knew you got it at Dollarama because I got one there for Halloween when I was when I was building that dummy.
Yeah, so Deborah is... I move her occasionally around the house. So, I think it was like a week ago or something. I moved her to in front of the TV, and my dad didn't notice until after he sat down and turned the TV on. So he had to get up and move her. But I found her next location.
Speaking of moving things around the house, did you guys ever have the elf on a shelf?
No.
My mom would
my
never
cousin
let
has
us. My mom would never let us have one. I didn't want one, but my siblings wanted them. But I always thought they were really fucking creepy.
They're I don't like them.
Yeah,
My cousin has it for her kids, and like she literally cut her children's clothing because it was one of the activities that you can do for Elf on a Shelf.
Mm.
And I don't know. I don't like Elf on a Shelf anyways. But I as a child, I would be very upset if I woke up to see that my clothes had been
destroyed
cut
by an
apart
elf. Yeah, I would have been
by
too.
an elf because it was cold. That's the reason the elf destroys your clothing, because it's cold. And it couldn't find the blanket. Use a fucking hand cloth, you dumb shit. Not my clothing. I will punt you
Clothing's
across the
expensive,
yard.
too.
Uh-huh.
And as a child, even now, I get very, I can only wear a certain kind of tank top to bed, because I like the feeling of the I like the texture, like that. And after I figured out that I really liked it, I haven't been able to wear anything else but that to bed, and it's really annoying. So, I don't know. I just if someone destroyed something that I really found comfort in, I'd be so pissed off.
Yeah.
Same.
But yeah,
And, sometimes you don't even mention that to your parents, and then you're a small child getting things destroyed.
yeah, I always thought the whole elf on the shelf thing was kind of creepy, but recently on TikTok, I keep getting these videos of parents who do all these creative elf on a shelf things, and I always scroll right past them. But I got this one video. It wasn't elf on the shelf, but it was basically this woman's kids had been acting up a lot recently. So her way of getting them to stop was she wrote a fake letter from Santa's head elf, basically saying that if they didn't, that they were put on the naughty list, and if they didn't get their act together, that they were going to stay on the naughty list and only going to get coal for Christmas. And so their oldest child was the one who read it, but she didn't read it out loud. She just read it and started crying because their two younger siblings were still too young to be able to fully read it. So her mom started reading it, and the other two were like, what? And apparently it really got them to be good, because every single day they'd be like, what are things that I can do that you think the elves are gonna think are good? And then they just do all their chores, they clean, they did everything. And I'm just like, damn, does parents really just use Santa Claus as a way to manipulate your kids?
Oh yeah.
But
My
it
parents were
works.
telling me that they use Santa all the time as a way to get us to be nice.
Oh yeah, my
We
parents
were never that bad though.
my parents would tell us, if we acted out, my parents would tell us that they had Santa's number on speed dial.
Yeah.
They would always tell us that, and I would and every time they'd say it, a part of me would be like, no, you don't. I'd be calling their bluff, and then my dad would pull out the phone and be like, all right, I'm gonna call him right now, and he'd just put a random number in and just press talk, and I'd be like, wait,
Wait, I'm sorry. Don't call him. Don't call St. Nicholas.
please. Yeah, I didn't act out. I
need
didn't
my
act out that. I didn't act out that much as a kid. I was a pretty good kid, but I'd have my moments. So it's just
I would
God, it was
never
funny
act
thinking
out.
about that.
I would never act out. I am a golden child.
I'm sure you were.
I
Gremlin.
am still a golden child.
You keep telling yourself that.
I have never done anything wrong in my life other than
Totally
5 counts of fraud.
What? Wait, you
And
can't keep that in the podcast, guys.
And 2 counts of tax evasion in 2 different states.
You live in Canada.
Tax evasion in the States. Don't ask questions.
Don't worry, she's safe here.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. They can't get me across the border. I think. Oh god. Oh, don't tell Santa. I don't know those
I
things.
just remembered a story.
Tell the story.
Okay, so back again, I think this was the same year actually, was the year my dad tried to tell me that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was in the sky there. I think it was the same year. I had gotten super into like clay and Play-Doh and stuff when I was a kid. And so I decided that I thought it was unfair that Santa gave everyone else Christmas presents, but he doesn't get any presents. So I took my clay and my Play-Doh and stuff, and I made him a bunch of little, like, figures, right? So I made like a little snowman, I like made a little like reindeer and like Santa and a bunch and like some snowflakes and stuff, and I made a bunch of them and I left them on the side table next to the cookies and stuff, right? And I was like, yeah, they're a present for Santa, and I left a little note next to it, you know, and I was like, yeah, I really hope he takes them, right? And the next morning when I wake up, I saw they were still there, but the cookies and stuff were gone. I was like, oh no, Santa forgot his present! Like, I went to my mom who was in the kitchen. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, Mom, he forgot his present. He's not gonna have a Christmas present, Mom. And I guess my dad overheard while I was like basically crying to my mom, and she's like, and then he like basically went into the living room, took everything. I don't know where he put it, but he took it all. And he goes in the kitchen, and he's like, hey, why don't you go check and just like, well, maybe we'll clean it up and we'll see if we can like maybe send Santa a letter or something. He's like, okay. And I went to the table and it was all gone, and I was like, where did it go? And he's like, oh, Santa must have heard you. He must have got it. And I was like, how'd he do it so fast? He's like, you know, it's the Christmas magic. And I was just like, oh my god, at least he got his present.
Your dad just gaslighted you.
Literally, he did it to me. He did that to me as a kid. But you know what? It made me happy, so I didn't care. I was just thankful that Santa got his present. But like that, I feel like right there was a very strong example of my love language being gift giving. Because my thought for Christmas was literally, Santa doesn't get Christmas presents, I'm gonna give him a Christmas present. Like, it's an early example of me right there, loving giving people gifts.
I think Santa gets a present just very different. You can think about that.
He gets a vacation. That's his present. He gets a vacation. Between Christmas.
A vacation.
I don't want to think any further of what you're talking about. Anyway, he goes on vacation. It's his couple weeks off before he has to go back to work in January.
Yeah. A vacation.
Anyways.
I'm sorry.
I hate you. Anyways, so, yeah, we've been recording for over an hour, so we just gotta start wrapping up. So, I think what I want to say, first of all, is that I hope everybody did or is having a good holiday, whatever it is that you celebrate. And I with, you know, how everything is this year and how everything's kind of still crappy, I'm just hoping that at least everybody can, like, you know, find some joy in the holiday season, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we'll see you guys in the new year after a break, but I guess we're not having a break. We'll be recording probably next week.
Our break is the weeks in between. That's our breaks.
So, we'll be working hard on podcast episodes and ideas while you guys are celebrating Christmas and all your holidays. Please
you say that
us.
as if you're the one who has to edit.
Emma keeps holding us hostage. Please, God, help us.
Remember, guys,
she's saying she has to work hard as if she's the one editing this. I'm getting this done Christmas Eve.
And remember, guys, Santa does not watch you from December 26th until January 1st, so you have like a couple days of grace period where Santa does not watch you. So
a couple of days.
So basically, act out now.
Yeah, 6 days. Yeah.
I thought you just
if you're gonna be naughty, do it in the next 6 days. Yeah.
Excuse me, if you haven't seen the Polar Express, he watches you until the second all your presents are under your tree. Dummy.
Either way, commit crimes before January 1st. Merry Christmas, everyone!
Merry Christmas!
Happy holidays!
Thank you for listening to the Burnout Kids podcast. If you are interested in following any of us, you can follow me, Emma, at Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at stopit_Emma, or you can follow my Twitch and YouTube at stopit_Emma. If you want to follow Jess, she has a Twitter at @tothemoon_Jess, or a TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube at @tothemoon_Jessie, spelled with an IE. If you're interested in following Spook, you can follow them on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, all at Spookish with 2 Ks. And if you're interested in following our podcast socials, we have a Twitter and a Tumblr at Burnout Kids Cast, and an Instagram and TikTok at Burnout Kids Podcast. For our audio listeners, we have a YouTube channel called the Burnout Kids Podcast. For YouTube watchers that want to listen on the go, we have a Spotify, and Apple Podcast, and Google Podcasts. We release new episodes every other Saturday, so be sure to stop by for another episode with your local Burnout Kids. Bye!